motivates me, honestly? I would say that the way they call themselves national champions, that motivates me a lot because that means that they think very highly of themselves, which they should. You know, they won 20 however games straight, so I'm just ready for that to put that to rest.
What motivates me is the fact that the last time our defense was on the field, we allowed 72 points. And this team, we have something to prove. You know, we've had a great year. A lot of people didn't see us here, and that's part of it. But we got 9 wins, I think, and we got a chance to have a 10-win season for the first time in a while. So that's what motivates us.
Now it's a lot more sensitive, and you see why Ed Orgeron is hot, because it's obviously the quarterback. You see they're showing it on the big screen. See if the helmet or any part
I'm gonna take some off of this bad, Mommy.
there, but everybody's saying you don't belong. After review, the ruling on the field stands. You don't belong with the big boys. You don't have the speed, the size. And they come in, they go right down the field. Earl doesn't give up on him. He beats the linebacker. Terrible attempt at a tackle from Richie Grant. He gets a block from Jamar Chase. That play should be down right there by Richie Grant. That was the Achilles heel for UCF in the Memphis game in the first half. And Joe Burrow.
You know, he went to bed early last night. They call him Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince. Goes to bed at 9:30. UCF is the fastest team LSU will see all season. Kyle Gibson got the free shot on Burrow. Latest touchdown pass. Two of the best people you're ever going to meet.
What a change of momentum here for UCF. You come in, everybody's saying you don't belong with the intended to. We're going back to look at this block. They're reviewing this hit. Again, Joe Burrow, by definition, is a defenseless player, and these blindside blocks. Now, the question is, did Connor's helmet make contact and forcible? Receivers are probably going to need to start. Really dumb.
So there was no penalty for that play, even though it was reviewed. It's Evans coming over after the fact.
On Tuesday in the Fiesta Bowl to improve its record to 10-3 on the season and break the Knights' 25-game winning streak dating back to the start of the 2017 campaign. LSU quarterback Joe Burrow had the best game of his career, going 21 of 34 for 394 yards passing and 4 touchdowns for an offense that racked up 555 yards and averaged 6.5 yards per play against the overmatched Knights defense. UCF QB Daryl Mack was under duress all afternoon, managing just 97 passing yards on the day. Running back Greg McCray was the centerpiece of the Knights' offense with 81 yards and 1 score. And Taj McGowan scored from 2 yards out with under 3 minutes to play to give coach Josh Heupel's crew a chance. In the end, LSU recovered a late onside kick and drained the clock down to 47 seconds before punting and holding off UCF. CBS Sports was with you the entire way Tuesday, updating this story with the latest scores. Sometimes you just run out of magic tricks. 2019 Fiesta Bowl. 2 years after UCF's last loss, and in a Fiesta Bowl more noteworthy for who wasn't playing as for who was, the Knights finally got a taste of defeat, falling 40-32 to LSU in a testy game. UCF lost star quarterback Mackenzie Milton to a severe leg injury in the Knights' regular season finale against USF, but they kept chugging along, putting away their rivals. And then after spotting Memphis, a 17-point lead in the AAC title game, going on a 35-3 run to extend their winning streak to 25 games and qualify for another New Year's Six Bowl. Freshman Daryl Mack Jr., Milton's replacement, was able to put up big numbers against Memphis, but facing LSU ended up too tall a task. By the second quarter of the Fiesta Bowl, LSU was missing basically its entire regular defensive backfield due to injury, planned absence, and a couple of targeting penalties. But the Tigers, who ranked 14th in Def SP in the regular season, still had a prepared coordinator in Dave Aranda. And their defensive front also missing some players overwhelmed UCF in a way that Auburn's couldn't in last year's Peach Bowl. The result: UCF gained only 250 total yards, its lowest total since 2016, and LSU put up 555. The Tigers' offense came ready for a shootout. Joe Burrow passed for a career-high 394 yards and 4 touchdowns, but unlike most winning streaks always end, but despite getting dominated statistically, UCF didn't go down without a fight. The Knights gave themselves a shot with a gorgeous touchdown pass from Mack to Gabriel Davis late in the first half. And Davis dropped another sure score in the third quarter that would have made it a 3-point game. Because of pressure, Mack didn't have enough time to consistently punish LSU's patchwork secondary, but even with a 2-to-1 yardage disadvantage, UCF scored with 2:24 left to make it a 40-32 game. They came within inches of recovering a gorgeous onside kick as well. In the end, the superior team won. Of that, there was no doubt. LSU had too much for the Knights up front, and LSU receivers had a field day with UCF's secondary. UCF might have pulled out a win with Milton playing, sure, but LSU would have likely dominated. This game was a narrative bowl of sorts. UCF has spent the last 12 months yelling about an unfair playoff system, going so far as to claim a share of last year's national title after not getting a CFP invitation. And let's be honest, if winning 25 games in a row, including a 2017 win over an Auburn team that had beaten both Alabama and Georgia, plus a 31-point win over 2018 ACC Coastal champion Pitt, doesn't get you anywhere close to the college football playoff, the system probably does need to be tweaked, or in this case, expanded a bit. Still, with a chance to further prove themselves equal to a meaty, athletic SEC foe, the Knights fell short, at least briefly proving naysayers right about their worthiness. And to say the least, when you yell as loudly and as frequently as UCF and its fans have over the last year, folks are going to enjoy it when you finally lose. Narratives aside, though, both teams acquitted themselves well. LSU learned about quite a few young defenders. Sophomore Patrick Queen had a pair of tackles for loss to complement junior and Rashard Lawrence's huge day, and safety Jacoby Stevens, asked to take on a huge role, had 7.5 tackles, a half sack, and the game-sealing interception. The Tigers also built a little bit of confidence for Burrow and a receiving core that struggled with inconsistency in 2018. Freshman Jamar Chase caught 6 balls for 93 yards and a touchdown. Sophomore Justin Jefferson had 4 for 87 and 2 scores. And juniors Stephen Sullivan and Derek Dillon each had catches of 40-plus yards. LSU boasted the athleticism advantage they should have had against a team with talent but obvious recruiting disadvantages, and now they have a 10th win for 2018 as well. UCF, meanwhile, held LSU backs Nick Brossett and Clyde Edwards-Helaire to just 3.8 yards per carry and forced quarterback Joe Burrow to beat them with his arm, and Burrow obliged. LSU consistently harassed Mack, sacking him 5 times in 35 pass attempts, but Mack kept his head and made plays late in both halves to keep the Knights within shouting distance. Mack's poise and UCF's obvious team speed suggest that UCF will likely remain the class of the AAC and therefore one of the favorites for another NY6 bid in 2019, even if or when Milton redshirts to further recover. Meaning we could have a whole new